Good morning everyone, today we're looking at another Luminox watch review. We're actually going to be re-looking at one of my very own favourite and part of my kind of personal collection watches. It is one of the Luminox Master Carbon Seal watches. It is a limited edition model. You can't get these, well, they only made a certain number, I think there's like 250 of them. And you can only, I don't think you can get these anymore. And even though it's my own watch, for the sake of consistency and to match the sort of the blue and white theme that I like to go for, I'm just going to keep the gloves on for today. So we're going to unbox it as if it's sort of brand new. I've tried to sort of restore the box and stuff like that to how it was originally. So initial look at the box is we've got a deployment style box with a fold down latch to keep that top lid in place. The full sort of Luminox logo in the top there. Overall, it's a very simple, rugged and lightweight box. Let's have a look inside. So you might be wondering why there's sort of an extra strap here. The original watch comes with the wetsuit style strap. So the wetsuit style strap just is a sort of plain nylon style strap, navy blue finish. No metallic rings in the actual holes of the strap, just to allow for stretch over time, as you can see as it has done. The actual watch sits on a mil-spec watch. I have done a video of the Luminox mil-spec on my channel. Go check that out if you can. And I opted just to change it over. Just wanted a black strap really that was sporty enough to match it. Inside, just the actual unboxing. So the actual cushion itself is a simple fabric cushion with the this sort of cushion engraved logo, if you like, on the top lid part of the watch there. It does come with a manual. I'm not going to bother getting that out for the sake of the unboxing. So here we go, this is my very own Luminox Master Carbon Seal 3801. So it's got a 46mm case diameter with a 14mm case thickness. Retails, when I originally bought it, was around about £550–600, so it was quite expensive. In my mind, that's expensive. It doesn't weigh a lot because of the nature of the components that it's made out of. It weighs 90 grams. It's not a heavy watch. That's also why I went for it, amongst the other reasons. And uses a quartz movement, a Swiss Ronda 715 Li, with a 96-month battery life on the actual battery itself when it's from new. I've had the battery replaced over time, just needed to really. So let's move on to the actual face of the watch. So the face is it gives off that sort of navy blue glow, and the main thing that won this the one thing that won me over about this watch is the overall blue boldness of the watch. Because of that checkered dial, you can see there's a blue and black sort of checkered line dial, whatever you want to call that. Let's move this light so it's a bit better angle. You can see it's like a checkered blue dial on the main dial there, where the actual luminous hands are housed. You've got fully luminous hands, fully luminous increments, fully luminous numbers, and fully luminous outside lume as well. I'm trying to think what the lume was for this. It's funny enough, I'm wearing this today for football, and I don't often wear it at night. Well, I do wear it at night, but it's not during pitch black. I've got floodlights and stuff like that. It gives off like a blue glow, and that has a life of up to 25 years. But I'd say after not even 20% of that, the lume starts to go over. You start to knock it about and stuff like that. The warranty is very sort of vague on that. And you've got a nice red second hand there, just to sort of go with that Luminox logo there. So it won me over, this watch, because of the perfect mix and the perfect blue dial. I like a sunray blue dial, but I love I still love it today. The overall, it gives off that overall right colour tint of blue for me for a face, and the red, it gives it that just bit more of I like a Pepsi watch. It gives that just that little bit of red contrast, makes it stand out just that bit more. It's not, and I like the busyness of it. I like the boldness. Especially with that blue dial. Like, it's easily one of my favourite watches, but it's probably one of the ones I wear the least, really. Just because I only really wear it on holiday or for football. The other ones I just interchange weekly. So coming out to the casing and the bezel, you've got a 316 stainless steel screw-in crown. I'm not going to take that out just because I've set it up perfectly for the atomic time. You've got a full Carbonox casing. So Carbonox is a compound of, I'm going to get my facts right here somehow. I think it's titanium, carbon, and stainless steel, I believe. So it's a mixture of those components to make it extra light and extra resistant to sort of knocks, damage, and scratching and stuff like that. It does scratch over time, but it makes it extra resistant to knocks and bangs and stuff like that. Coming out to the bezel, you've got a very decent bezel that sits nicely into the clicker, as it would, and it's unidirectional, doesn't go both ways. Waterproof to 300 meters. It's a diving military watch, so it's usually going to have that sort of depth gauge to it. Don't often have watches nowadays that are 300 mil water resistance unless you pay quite a lot. So yeah, let's just have a look around the casing a little bit more in a bit more detail. As you can see here, a bit more close up. Gives us sort of a you can see those carbon sort of lines in there. That's what you're looking at. You can get this style watch still. You just have to go on Luminox and get like a different dial. So coming down to the strap, you've got a 24mm strap. As I will say again, this is not the default strap that it comes on. This is a mil-spec strap. It's a 24mm lug width strap that you need. But for the sake of completeness, we are going to review the strap anyway. So it's a really thick, really strong and thick. It's thick both ways, this way and the other way, with two holders that are free roam. Obviously, you've got a segment to hold that first holder in place, but you've also got a completely free roam second one as well, with a full Carbonox sort of covered buckle here with a nice strong hinge in the middle. Sadly, there's no sort of quick release to the strap, but this particular strap does grip on nicely, especially when you're sort of, sorry to gross you out, but when you're sweating or when it gets wet, it does grip onto the wrist quite nicely. Sadly, no sort of easy link or quick release on there. The windows are grooved in place so that the buckle sits nicely into the strap. And finally, you've got a nice screw down case back with that Navy Seal specific print on the back there. So there we go, guys. That is the Luminox Navy Seal Master Carbon 3801. Good evening, everyone. Today we're looking at another Luminox watch review. We're looking at one of the Navy Seal ones today. So the typical style of the box for Navy Seal Luminox watches is usually to have this thin deployment case, almost to be small enough just to fit in deployment cases and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get right onto it, shall we? So simple look at the box, standard lightweight plasticky feel to it, with a simple folding down hinge, just simple and rugged. Very simple interior part to the box. That watch just sits on there nice and simple. It's all about the watch really for them, and rather than the box quality. So here we go, guys. This is the Luminox Navy Seal Dive 45mm. So you've got a case thickness of 40mm. Does look quite thick there. Retails at around about £535 on the Luminox website, but you can get it on Amazon for around £421. The watch weighs 75 grams and operates on a Ronda 515 movement. So let's have a look at the face. So the face is a nice navy blue lined effect there, two-tone finish, one for the inside of the actual face and one for the main dial. You've got a white and orange style hand there, with a white and orange style second hand as well. A nice complementing mix of colours, and nice white, bright white, even numbers for the number system on there. Let's have a look at the colour of the lume. This the camera won't focus too long on this, so just be quick when looking. I'm going to turn it off in 3, 2, 1. A green and orange style hand system with green increments, and you've got a nice round cyclops eye there. Usually they're like a square with a curved edge face, but this one's actually circular, as you can see here, with a circular date dial inside there. you don't often see a circular date dial. The casing itself is a full Carbinox casing, which means I think it's a compound of aluminium and carbon and titanium, I believe, to make it ultra light and ultra strong, resistant to scratches and stuff like that. Sapphire glass to go across this. Some of them have enhanced sapphire glass. I don't know if this one does, but yeah, just standard sapphire glass, I think, for this. Coming out to the bezel, you've got a small number system going around on a diver style bezel, unidirectional, of course. Very nice strong movement to those. Don't want it to be changing in the middle of something important. Overall, a very nice style watch. Cut around to the crown. You've got a stainless steel crown there with crown protection. You can see from the enhanced casing here, a decent movement to the actual date dial in there. A little bit lighter than the Atacama one. A little bit of a flimsy movement to this, but I think it settles for the job in terms of the quality. It's not as strong as, say, the Atacama one, but it's no problem. Come around to the back. We've got that full Navy Seal style Luminox backplate going on there with a little bit more information about the watch. You've got a 200-meter water resistance as well with this watch, and a 24mm orange band here. You can get this band from Luminox itself to buy it separately if you wanted to change the colour. It's the same one as I've got, actually. The band offers a nice amount of grip, and the silicone windows on the actual strap, they have an indented style fit to them. As you can see here, the insides of it are indented, which allows for not much fray and stretch over time. Keeps that in place. Coming down to the buckle is also Carbinox as opposed to aluminium. Overall, the watch is very nice and seems to be well kept together. So there we go, guys, that is the Luminox Navy Seal Dive 45mm. Good evening, everyone. Today we're looking at another Luminox watch. We could look at the Luminox Navy Seal Dive watch today. So initially I thought Navy Seal watches came in a standard thin deployment case, but that's not the case. This one's got a bigger version, same sort of style format with that lightweight plastic finish and material with this line, this indented line going across all of it, and a simple hinge. So here we go, guys. This is the Luminox Navy Seal Dive 45mm. You've got a 13mm case thickness and retails £580 on the Luminox website. But you can get it, I think, £100 cheaper if you were to get it on Amazon. Take that off so we can see it better. Watch weighs 105 grams. Probably due to its, that's quite heavy for Luminox, but it's probably due to the mixture of the stainless steel and the Carbinox bezel there going on. Operates on a Ronda 715 movement, and gives you a 25-year glow on the LLT, which is light illuminating technology. Let's have a look at the dial. So the dial itself is a plain matte blue style backdrop there to match to complement the navy strap nicely. A nice black bezel as well with lots of white detailing going on to make it a nice bold watch. A nice red hand as well. Follows the same sort of style as a 3601 limited edition model, the one I've got, and a nice date dial just sitting down there. Let's have a look at the lume. So I'm going to turn the lamp off to be able to see the lume, but you won't be able to see it for very long because the camera doesn't focus long enough. Right, so I'm going to turn that camera, that light off in 3, 2, 1. A nice green and orange lume, as we can see there. Orange for the the seconds hand, and green for the hour, and green for the seconds. Overall, a really nice watch with a nice red bit of detail in there to match the border of the Luminox logo. Come back to the bezel, we've got a nice thick bezel here with a unidirectional diver style bezel. Thick numbers as well to go on those, a decent clicker movement to it. Come out to the casing, we've got a 316 stainless steel style casing with a 316 stainless style crown as well, with crown protection added to the crown, as you can see from the raised edges here. Let's have a little look at the movement of that date dial, a decent movement to it. Not much effort needed to pull that crown out to those positions. It's a simple screwing down crown that's very short and very easy to use. Go around the back. The full Navy Seal back plate here for the Luminox watch. And a little bit more about the watch in terms of its waterproofness as well, which is 200 meters. The strap is a 22mm rugged style strap with a full Carbonox style buckle here. Let's take that strap out. The strap itself is 24 meters, as I said, and offers a nice gripper system on top of here with an indented style window system for the strap, allowing for no stretch over time and stuff like that. And two nice hinges to hold on to that strap nicely. You can get other colours for this strap on the Luminox website if you have a look. There are a few options to pick from. So there we go guys, that is the Luminox Navy Seal Dive 45mm. Good afternoon everyone. Today we're going to be looking at another Luminox watch review. We're going to be looking at the Navy Seal XS3581 today. So let's get right onto it, shall we? So looking at the box, we've got this initial deployment style box. Very common design feature for the Luminox casing. Got that sort of carbon fibre plastic style theme to it. Again, it's very simple, lightweight deployment style box with a simple folding lid. Nothing much else inside the box really. So here we go guys, this is the Luminox Navy Seal XS3581, part of the 3580 series. Watch itself measures a 45mm in case diameter with a 15mm case thickness, so it's quite a thick watch. It's not necessarily a heavy watch, probably weighs around about 200, maybe 150 grams. There's a different sort of measuring size online. So, looking at the casing here, we've got a full sort of Carbonox style casing in terms of the dial in there. We've got that sort of Carbonox style look to it to match a full carbon compound, what they call Carbonox compound material for the case as well. We've got that for the third of the face. We've got a little strap line on here as well. The only easy day was yesterday. Full luminous essences inside here as well, and a nice date dial just sitting down just underneath that subtle chronograph going on there. So the chronograph, yep, let's have a little look. Operates using the seconds hand, and the actual seconds hand for the clock is situated on that right one there. A nice winding back function, very nice to see that. Inside the casing you've also got this sort of slightly lighter colour tone of grey for the sort of outside edge of that face there, just to add a little bit of contrast to the watch. So I'm going to show you the lume part of the watch now. So you've got a full sort of green and orange style lume going on there. Let's try and show you that again. Try and get it to focus on that part of the watch. Turn that off. There you go. So a green and orange style lume. Bezel itself is a unidirectional style diving bezel that you move this to when you set your air tank to start giving oxygen for. So you'd set that to, say for example, if I started it at 10:02, set it there, and that will keep a track for us how long we've been underwater for. Again, casing is a full Carbonox compound. The crown itself is a double security gasket crown. So let's take that out, have a little look at the movement of the crown. nice strong movement to the hands. Nice resistance with the crown there. Try and get down to first position. A nice defined click to when the date dial moves as well. That's all good, it seems to be in order. Go around to the back. You've got a similar print to the, well, it follows a C-line style of Luminox watches. Has that similar sort of style screw down back plate with that full sort of navy style printing going on there. Waterproof to 200 meters as well. And connecting out to the rubber silicone strap is a 24mm band with a double window system. And two little holders for that strap as well. So let's put it on, see how it looks. So there we go guys, that is the Luminox Navy Seal XS3581.